Well, that's not a bad way to kick off the old festivities, is it? As a West Ham fan, beating Man United. And the reason I've held off on this video a little bit today, because I wanted to see how Chelsea got on. So Chelsea have just lost to Wolves, and that is significant because that means now West Ham are 8 points ahead of Chelsea. Chelsea only 10th. Do you know what I mean? We're 6th, but there's a gap. There's a big gap there now. And I was talking about in the previous video, you can feel the league sort of taking shape now, and we are in the right end of it. We are getting caught right up exactly where we want to be, i.e. in the hunt for those European places. But look, it's always nice to win games, let's be honest, as a football fan. It's always nice. But to beat a team like Man United just adds something special to it, doesn't it? And let's get it straight. West Ham deserved that win. It was a tough game overall. I'll come to that in a minute. We'll talk about the game. But going into it, I felt that David Moyes was under a lot of pressure, and rightly so, because I'm not forgiving him for it. And I know a lot of fans haven't either, and they won't, in terms of what happened on Wednesday, the way we threw that game at Anfield, a quarter-final. It leaves a really nasty taste. And I said in the preview to the game that David Moyes had to do what to fulfill what he'd set out to do, which was basically, I mean, I don't agree with it, but you could clearly see what he'd done. I'm going to throw the Wednesday game and I'm going to prioritise Saturday. I personally would have gone the other way around, but look, that was his decision. He's the manager. He's made that call. I said, well, he bloody better go and win it, and we did. And not only that, we kept a clean sheet as well, which is very good, because I think that's our third now in the leagues in quick succession. So in terms of, it was Wolves, wasn't it? And then Freiburg, and then obviously now Manchester United, which is good, obviously, but we conceded a fair few against Liverpool. Look, a clean sheet's always good anyway, and it's a confidence booster. It's been a really rough week leading to that game for West Ham. I was at a low, and I know a lot of people were after what happened at Anfield. So the pressure was on. It really was. And then obviously we go into the Man United game hoping for this energising performance. Now, I've got to admit, I didn't really see that. I didn't think it was the most energetic, lively, exciting game. But I thought it was tough. I don't put that on West Ham. I wouldn't say West Ham necessarily played badly at all. I just thought it was actually quite an evenly matched game. I thought West Ham, I felt we sat off a little bit, as we tend to do. We want to play that counter-attack. But it was a strange game in that. I felt it felt quite even. And Manchester United, to their credit, didn't actually play that badly. I don't think they were that bad. They just lacked any real quality, which is really bizarre to say from a Manchester United side. Do you know what I mean? I look at their team when they were playing and thinking, I can't see anyone on that pitch, where for Manchester United that could change the game. Whereas you look at West Ham, and we've got a few players that can. You've got your Kudus, you've got Bowen, you've got Paqueta. I mean, all those players in themselves can do something quite special. You've got Ward-Prowse, who's good for a free kick. There's just a few players, but I was looking around Manchester United just thinking, there's no one really that good. I mean, Garnacho, I would say, was the only player that looked a real threat against us. And he got taken off, which was a bit bizarre. But no, look, it was a tough game. But all in all, I'm obviously delighted we won. But I thought it was fully deserved. I mean, we were setting up to play the counter attack in that game. The first half, I felt that although it was an abundance of chances from either side, I felt that we would come back out the second half in a better shape. I just felt that the game was there for the taking a little bit with Man United, and I've got to say, credit to David Moyes on this. I thought that the switch regarding Kudus and Bowen, when he put Kudus through the centre and put Bowen out on the right, really worked well. And I mean, I really do hope that was really well thought of and planned out, because they really struggled with it. The second we made that change, you could see they suffered, and I was very, very impressed with it. And that second half, especially, like, you could see we came into gear. Do you know what I mean? It's like, that first half, which was quite a little bit drab, a little bit tough, and it was a bit of a evenly matched affair. The second half, I think once it got past the sort of 55-minute, 60-minute mark, you could see we started to ramp up a little bit. And once we got that goal, it was just amazing piece of skill from Paqueta, who, by the way, was amazing. Lucas Paqueta was absolutely exceptional, I thought, yesterday, really pulling the strings. And Man United really struggled to cope with him. When he's on form, he's just remarkably good, isn't he? And that flick to Bowen, and when that ball comes into him, he sort of does it for the outside of his left boot and flicks it over. There's just and you can see Luke Shaw desperately trying to get to it. And it's weighted so well that the defender can't make the commitment because Bowen's in. And I've got to say as well, Jarrod Bowen's touch to bring that ball down. He brings in 2 touches, brings it down, and then hits it. He's a little bit fortunate. Ricochets back onto him and goes in, but fully deserved. And at that point, I've got to say, I was half expecting Manchester United to really react, but they just completely crumbled. They really did. They were gone at that point. What you could see, they looked nervous, they were worried, and we just took full advantage of it. Scoring a few minutes later from a mishap, the Manchester United defence, they let the ball drop to Kudus. He does a lovely 1-2 with Paquetá, who plays the ball through beautifully to him, and he just pulls it onto his right side and smashes it in the bottom corner. It was amazing. It really was. A couple of things I want to mention as well was Edson Alvarez. I mean, wow, what a player. I mean, he just seems to be improving as the time goes on in a West Ham shirt. I've been so impressed with him from the start anyway, but the more I see of him, the more he seems to really relish the role that he's got at the club and enjoying every moment of it. He was immense. He really was. He was involved in everything good for us, and some lovely distribution from him as well, which is always great. But he's so fierce and gets really stuck in. And yeah, really you can see he's going to be a very important player for West Ham. He really is for the years to come, because he is amazing. But that was, I'll tell you what, it was a all-round decent performance, I think. I mean, I know some people were saying, oh, it wasn't that great. It was very tough. But I actually felt we handled it okay. I thought we handled Manchester United pretty well. They apart from Garnacho, who had at one point, there was two chances. One that was where he went one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and it was a good save, but ultimately a bit of a poor shot, really. But it was a good save, though, as well, from Areola. And the other one where he had a shot, and Lucas Paquetá came back in and blocked a shot, which looped over. Again, showing Paqueta's, not only is he fantastic on the ball, but off of it as well. He works so hard. But I've got to say, I thought, that we were ultimately fully deserving of that win. I thought we were really, really good, very impressed, and really delighted to keep that clean sheet and to beat a team and to leapfrog them, going to sixth. We were hoping then for a favour from Luton against Newcastle, and we bloody got it. I mean, it's been a really, really good weekend for us as we go into the Christmas break. Which reminds me, Merry Christmas. It is Christmas tomorrow. Of course, won't be recording for that, so it will be after. I'll be back on Boxing, and we'll be back doing the video. So, but I do want to say Merry Christmas to everyone, and obviously, very grateful for all the support we get on the channel. So if you're not a subscriber, by the way, do click subscribe. It's free to do so. It takes 2 seconds, and it means the world to us. So, please do. Look, it was a great day. I'm really, really pleased. It's not been an easy week. That Liverpool result won't go away, as far as I'm concerned. It's something that's going to linger, and it will have to it will linger really until they make the decision on David Moyes, I think. And I hate saying that because we are doing well, but it will do. But obviously, one thing I want to talk about is the position we are in now. So West Ham are in 6th place. Look, it's tight. It's very tight at the top, as I've just said. But you look at the gap between 10th and 6th now, there's a big gap. So we are really in that mix. And the facts remain, right? We are halfway through the season, all but one game, and we're in the top 6. So the argument is there. Can West Ham be in the top 6 hunt this season? I really don't see why not. I really don't. I think you see Newcastle significantly wobbling now. They've got a lot of injury problems, and they're not short term. Some of them are very long term. So I think that could play into our hands. I mean, even Tottenham, I know they beat Everton, but it wasn't that convincing. I've got to be honest. You got Brighton, not quite as where they were last season, which is to be expected because of the player sales they've had, etc. But I think that's caught them out slightly. They're just not quite hitting that level. We just played Man United, who I think were bang bloody average, to be honest with you. You can't deny that there is a chance there, and I think that's really exciting. I really do. There's part of David Moyes stuff. I just don't want to keep talking about David Moyes all the time, to be honest, in terms of his future. I think we just got to think. I just want to think about this season. And this season alone, you look at it now and think this is very good. To beat Christmas Day in the top 6 is pretty amazing. 30 points from 18 games played is very, very good. We're on track here for a very good season. So, look, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, of course. And see what your opinions are. Do you think West Ham are in the hunt for the top 6 this season? Do you know what? I think it's hard to say that we're not. I really do. I mean, I know performances at times have been questionable and they've not been overly convincing. But at the end of the day, the results have. We're getting the results over the line. We are doing it. And to beat Man United the way we did, it was deserved. It was fully deserved. West Ham were excellent that last half hour, last 40 minutes or so. We were very, very good. And fully deserving of it, and to beat a team like Man United like that, I think speaks volumes, to be honest. But look, Arsenal next. another big, tough game. We know that. And I think the Man United result actually takes the pressure off a little bit. Had we not beaten Man United, I think then we'd had to try and get something at Arsenal. It would have been very tough for us to do so. I quite like the fact we can go there a little bit without too much pressure on us. We can just go there to enjoy the game a little bit. And you know where that's when we're at our best, I think. I think once the pressure's off of us, that's when we could tend to raise our game. And let's hope we bloody do, because there's a few reasons we want to beat Arsenal this season, let's be honest. But look, until then, have a bloody fantastic Christmas. I hope you have a good one, and you know, lots of laughs and etc. And I look forward to the videos after that, which will be starting from Boxing Day, and then we go on to Arsenal. Come on, you Irons!